Well, hello there. I want to welcome you all to another show here, and today is definitely a nice cooler day here in Arizona. I want to see who's in here. Let me get up my YouTube, and hopefully everything is working okay. We have I have right now my oh, I see Susan in here. Okay, and great, beautiful. Okay, so if you haven't, I'm going to be covering a lot of interesting things today. This is it started giving me a very nostalgic kind of time for me right now. I'm actually, was reminiscing, with the fall foliage and my times in New Hampshire. You might have seen, for those on Facebook, might have seen some of the just beautiful photos of the fall foliage in New Hampshire. I had the privilege to live there for 11 years, and I'll be sharing some of that with you in this up and coming stream show. This is number 31, and it's kind of hard to believe this started back in March, and that trio you just saw there was a very special trio, and I wanted to start off with something kind of lively and a lot of really fun, and that was a tune called Perdido, and that was with Sinclair Lott on drums from LA, and Roger Shew, the great Roger Shew. We had lost him a few years ago, and it's such a tragic thing, and we think very fondly of him, and he's very much missed. And so again, it was I feel blessed to have the opportunity to have worked with him, and so I have that Perdido was a very, very special gig. It was very in the forefront. We started playing together over in California, and we were doing these great concerts at Keyboard Concepts. We're so nice to host them. So you'll see a lot of this trio on my YouTube channel. Also, I have just this abundance of fabulous players here in Arizona, and and you'll probably see some of those guys on my trios stuff here on YouTube as well. There's a great one with One Note Samba with Don Moyo and Bob Lazier, Dwight Killian, John Lewis, Chris Stewart, just to name a few, Mario Mendevel. There's a lot of great players. Ted Sistrunk. There's all kinds of players here that are just top notch, and I'm not leaving anyone out because I think the world of all of you here as well. And Boston, I have so many people back in Boston that were just, here it has been many years, since I was in Boston, and we're talking back at Berklee College of Music in 1975. So it's been a long time, and I'm still stay very close with a lot of the people I got come close to meet in and around there and play with. So it was very nice. So we're going to start off today with let's see, we have autumn tunes, and I have a whole schedule here of just autumn things, and there's some really interesting tunes, and I'm going to be playing some things. This first one, Autumn in New York, is a very is more of a commonplace one, but some of the others here are going to be not so ordinary and normal, so it's going to be rather interesting for you to hear. Okay, so I hope you enjoy, and I'll be getting off into some pictures and memorabilia real soon. So let's start off with Autumn in New York. you have it. It was autumn in New York. And let's see who we got in here. We got to see, oh, it's good seeing Sam in here. Good. Susan, Lori, and Nora. Yeah, all these, you know, really appreciate you guys popping in. I know this is kind of, it sets you off into a little bit of a different place because of the YouTube channel, you know, and a lot of times, the reason I like to use YouTube is, and I'm trying it, I'm exploring that avenue as well, is when we finish the stream, I can categorize them here, and it really works out really, really nice, you know, so it really is there we go. I guess my voice got to come back on. I got to remember to put my mic back on. I got the lapel here, I got all the mics, but there's so many things. This is when you need a cameraman here. Now you know what the people doing the news have to deal with. But the what we're going to be doing here is this next tune comes up is a very special one, and it kind of it's actually really quite new for me, and I just picked it up, and it was a request to one of the greatest dentists in Arizona. It goes out to Sam Swainhart. He's just wonderful, and he is just the best, and his wife Ashley, and their new son Jackson. I can't wait to see him. But anyway, Sam is a student of mine, and he says, can we do you know, how about that great pumpkin waltz? And I always loved Vince Guaraldi. Vince Guaraldi is a wonderful composer. All the Charlie Brown stuff, you know, is so cool. And so anyway, I surprised Sam, and I put in a really nice chart for him, and surprised him. I was kind of more enthused myself. I jumped right in and checked it all out, and I put it together for you. So I'm going to play the Great Pumpkin Waltz. I'm going to come back with a little bit of memorabilia for it and show you some cool pictures. So anyway, let's get on to Great Pumpkin Waltz. Here we go. The Pumpkin Waltz by Vince Guaraldi. And again, what a fun tune to play around on. I can't wait to do it with a trio. And again, I shared the very beginning tune with the trio. I really miss playing with players, you know. It's really great that we are able to have the technology here to bring us all together. And it's I can't tell you how wonderful it is, you know, because it's tough enough as an artist to not be heard and put your whole artistry in the back burner like this. But it's this is something that it all makes it worthwhile. But we had to learn a lot here, you know, with all the technology. And my heart goes out to every musician out there that is dealing with this, because it's so much. There's so many bells and whistles and wires and trial and error and things. And so, you know, but it's worth it, and it's surely a way. And we thought this was going to be all over and done with by now. Remember, we started in March. This is number 31. So I figured 31 hours of solo piano playing. It's a heck of a lot of tunes, man. You know, and but anyway, it's a lot of fun, and I've reconnected with a lot of people. I have a lot of students, and for those that might not know, and I'm able to see a lot of my students in here now. I do teach by correspondence, and this is a very unique way. It's not done through Skype or Zoom or anything. It's done through Google Drive, and it's done with personalized critiques, and videos go back and forth. It's really wild, and I got to tell you all about it. I'm one of the only ones around doing it, so I'd be more than happy to meet with anyone who's interested in getting a one-on-one Zoom kind of chat, and we could talk about it, and I could tell you how I can help you out. So let's see who we got in here. We got okay. Boy, it prints really, it goes down really small. You know, this is when I could tell I'm getting older, man. Albert, my student Albert, he's in here. He's this is great, man. Lenny Whitmore, the old-time jazz guru, is on board. He's an old-time friend of mine from New Hampshire days, and we're going to talk about New Hampshire in a minute. Good timing, Lenny. Jim Avakian, very talented, very talented. Former student, and he's coming back, I understand it soon, so I'm looking forward to working with Jim again. Jim is very, very good, you know, great player and great guy. And Sam, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Let's see. We're going to have, I'm going to talk a little bit about, I'm going to share a little bit about the New England with you, and we're going to get on to play some more tunes. Let's see. I'll tell you what. Why don't I play one more, and I'm going to show you some pictures. Okay. This next one is relatively new to me. I played it years and years ago, and it's one of those. It's an unusual one. And let's see. The Autumn in New York was written in 1934. The Great Pumpkin Waltz was Vince Guaraldi. I have all my footnotes here for you. And this next one is called Early Autumn. What a great tune, man! What a really great tune, and it's Ralph Burns and Woody Herman wrote it, and the lyrics were by Johnny Mercer, and this was written in 1949. So hope you enjoy. This is Early Autumn. Early Autumn. What a great tune. Isn't it wonderful? It's a cool tune. Boy, I'll tell you, so nice. So nice to be playing for people. I played so much lately. I've been, writing a lot. I got 13 original compositions that you'll catch. I'm hoping to record as soon as it's safe to get out and get into recording, and I'll be doing some things with that stuff. And it came out really good. I was really very proud of it, and so it's going to be coming out. It's going to be coming out really good. So I'm just happy with the tunes. It's funny that you can pull from the darkest times and you can come up with some really great things, So anyway, on a brighter note, okay, we got here. Okay. Oh, my better half, Seema's saying it's 100%. Well, that's good. I mean, she knows how critical and anal I am with all this stuff. It's so easy to forget one thing. I remember starting a stream once and I forgot to, to shut off my Wi-Fi, So it was just one of those kind of things where, I'm like, oh man, I'm already started the stream, so I have to do a wireless. And we know from streaming, you always want to stream wired, So just little stupid things. But anyway, I'm going to get on to a thing right here, and I'm going to talk about New Hampshire. I had, and this is kind of fun to share because I had followed the dream for myself and what it was, and it's kind of spooky and eerie because I was living in Boston and very active, playing all over the place, 6, 7 nights a week. I know a lot of people in Boston, and I get to play with a lot of people. I was very fortunate to have a lot of friends there, and still do. And but I wanted to move north, and I came up with my my video teaching back in 1989. Again, you might have seen some of my old shows. I was one of the first in the world to do this correspondence. So I've been doing this for decades, and so I figured it out with VHS tapes and SVHS and everything. I moved to New Hampshire in the mountains with my oldest daughter, who's 28 now. She was like 9 months old. And my pianos and everything, my 7-footer, and and I went up and I moved to New Hampshire, and I was doing video correspondence back then. It was so cool because I was living in a tourist area 2 hours out of Boston, absolutely magnificent. I landed a beautiful gig at the White Mountain Hotel and Resort, which is right in North Conway. It is the place to be. If you ever get there, you got to go and talk to the owner, Gary Sullivan, and tell him Dan sent you. It's like I played there, and I was like, I never forget the time when we had an ice storm there, and I'm going to show you this hotel in a minute. It is spectacular. And my kids will remember we lost our power in the house. The power was out in an ice storm for a week. And I had a house there on a big hill up in the mountain. And Gary said, well, why don't you come in and we'll put your family up. And so my kids were staying in this beautiful resort for a week while everyone else is cramming, trying to see if their pipes are going to freeze in their house. But we had the greatest time. The hospitality and the love is just so nice. And I'm going to show you some pictures. Okay, so let's get right on to this here. Oh, Alex Duncan's in. Alex, good seeing you. Great student. Another student of mine, Frank. Good seeing you guys. And again, what you can do is make sure you subscribe. Okay, I'm going to probably say this more than you probably want to hear because it's the only way I can get a hold of everyone, and you get notified. And I hope to be doing a lot more, well, at least regular of the live streams. And it's just it's something that I do enjoy it very much. Okay, so let's get right to the pictures here. Let me find it. I'm going to move my screen. So this is pretty cool. All right, and I have this now so I can actually create the screen, and I get the pictures set here. So I'm putting it up on my laptop so you can check this out. Okay, now, all right, here we go. And there's me. You might have seen this already if you're on Facebook, but if you haven't, this is a typical night in this beautiful resort that I was playing. And the cool thing about it is I was playing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night. I had the off night, 6 to 9 in the dining room for years and years and years. And it was like, and I think I was doing 4 nights, and Thursday maybe, and then Lenny Emery was doing, he was doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something. We were it was just an incredible gig. I was playing the Eagle Mountain House there and a few other places too, but this was a mainstay. So this goes into now, we go into, Oh, why is this not going? Here we go. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Whoop. There's the White Mountain Hotel. Okay, so you can see this beautiful place here with the circular room here, this dining room. It's 85-room hotel. People hike this, they climb this wall here. This is called Cathedral Ledge. And it overlooks Mount Cranmore, the ski area. And it's on a giant golf course. And there's a big, long road to get into this place. And it is absolutely paradise. It is just spectacular. Here it is, come pulling up on a nice night lit, and you can see that dining room, that circular room, and the piano's right in the middle of the room. And we just play tunes, and and there it is in winter. And I'll tell you some winter stories. There's that dining room again. What a beautiful dining room, overlooking the spectacular foliage and the snow, and that's the Mount Washington Hotel that has the record wind recorded at 231 miles an hour. It's the highest peak in the Northeast, and this is the valley with all the foliage leading up to Mount Washington. So you can see Mount Washington pretty much from everywhere in the valley. This is a beautiful cottage up in the mountains on these lakes that are found all over the place. And here's the Kangamangas Highway, which is a very picturesque highway that people just flock to. And often you see the cars, many deep just to get through here. But when the foliage comes, and peak foliage is typically around Columbus Day, and it never fails, and it is truly like this. And when you see it in person, it's something. And there I am back in my day with my mustache that I got rid of when I was 50. But this is back quite a few years ago. It was my daughter Kayla, Brooke, Michelle, and Ryan, my son. On my right leg there, he's 23 now. so there you have it. That's kind of my life story, pretty much from New Hampshire. That was the reason I took this picture, because this was taken on the front lawn of the hotel, and the kids used to like to come up and see me play. If I was playing a brunch there, they'd come up and they get a chance to have their, they have these buffets, and all the kids would go for their. They'd have a waffle, and they'd have like filet mignon and everything else, and my kids would go up and have a waffle with some, whipped cream. But anyway, it surely brought up some memories, and I have a lot of dear friends there. I see Lenny Whitmore, who used to come there all the time, and this is something that people need to see. You start taking these things into, you start looking at life a little differently after you go through this. I'm sure everyone's going through the same thing, looking through old photos and old situations where I was living there, and why I'm in Arizona now. I love Arizona, and we're out in California too. So it's kind of like it's the best of both worlds. So I really find the best in everything I can, and I meet all the new people. So it's really great. So anyway, that's kind of like my story, and I wanted to share it with you. And that's kind of like the autumn theme came from this place. I'd be playing the piano in the dining room, and I would be forgetting what tune I was playing, because I'm looking out at I get there at 6 o'clock, the sun's going down, I see all the colors, and it's like out of a postcard. So often I'm playing a tune and I forget what the heck tune I'm in halfway through it. And I'm so enthralled with the beauty around me. And I've done weddings there, and one of my favorite gigs was with Charlie Jennison, John Hunter, Charlie Jennison sax, John Hunter on bass, for those musicians out there. Ken Clark on drums. Kenny Clark was playing drums, and myself, and we played the Eastern Slope Playhouse. They had a thing called right on the Village called First Night on a New Year's gig. For all the musicians out there, how do you like a gig where you play 8 to 9, you break for an hour, and then you play 10 to 11 to a captive concert audience in a performance hall, and everyone's there, and you rotate with another band, and then we're done by 11 and we leave, and it's like I was home by midnight, So it was like we did that for a few years, and it was such a spectacular gig. But anyway, we're going to get on to some playing. So this next tune is called Autumn Serenade, and this is a wild tune. Sam Gallup and Peter DeRosa who wrote it, and there's a cool version of it with Johnny Hartman, very like baritone kind of singer. He sings this thing with John Coltrane, and it was recorded in 1963. So it's kind of a cool tune, and I'm going to do my best with it. It's kind of it's called Autumn Serenade. Here we go. Autumn Serenade. Isn't that a great tune? It's such a cool tune. And you got to check it out. It's like, it's not really, you don't hear it that much. And it's really kind of a different kind of thing because you hear Coltrane do it, you know. It's like, and then this Johnny Hartman is so, you know, melodic, and then Coltrane comes in with his Coltrane thing. It's like, it's really pretty wild. So you got to check it out. That was the next one coming up here is Autumn Nocturne. This is written by Joe Miro and Kim Gannon, and was recorded in 1941. And it's really okay. Whoop. Thank you, Seema. Thank you. I go on my. You're probably still picking it up with my Earthworks microphone. I got to remember to put. I need a cameraman. But this next tune is called Autumn Nocturne, and it's a great one. It's again one of these kind of tunes that you don't hear that much, and it's a lot of fun to play. And hope you enjoy. Here we go. Another great, great, great tune. It was, you know, I look at it, it's all these tunes, you know, Autumn Nocturne, you know, it's like, it's just, sometimes when you think, when you go deep, because I'm trying to do different tunes every show, and it becomes, sometimes it becomes real challenging to say there's so many great tunes. But there's enough to go on and do this every single night and do different tunes. There's just so many, you know, and let's see who we get in here. Okay, good. We see here, hey, Chris Stewart. He's my very, very dear friend, and you'll see me and Chris play all over. He's not only an extraordinary musician and world-class musician, he's also an ER doctor at Mayo and Mayo Clinic, and we became very close friends, and we played a lot together. And he was the first person I saw when I got here, you know, as a new piano player. I'm sitting there and I'm at a concert, and I'm here seeing Chris play at a big band. I said, wow, I want to play with this guy. So we made it happen, and we've been playing together ever since, and it's really, really nice. And again, these are the kind of reasons you move from New Hampshire, which is a really cool vibe, cool scene, to now Arizona. And when I got here and I met Chris, I went on and I played piano on his Cannonball Adderley CD, which was a real honor to play with Don Moye, the great Don Moye on drums, Chris Finet, fabulous player, Lucas Pino on tenor. These guys were young back then, and they were just tearing it up, and they're just got brilliant futures ahead, and Chris and myself. And so if you get a chance to hear the Phoenix, it's by a tribute to Cannonball Adderley. It's a great band, and it's a quintet, and it's all made of Phoenix guys, and it's doing Habanami and Mercy Mercy and all those kind of cool Coltrane Cannonball tunes. So anyway, this is hi to Chris, and see who else is in. If I miss anyone, I want to make sure that, oh, Lee Hayton, hi from the UK. Oh man, so good to see you. Lee was an old student of mine, and again, this is the cool thing about this is you do these and you reconnect with people that, you know, some of these people I haven't seen in years, because like I say, a lot of students are here, and people that are just finding on my YouTube channel that follow me, and so it's really it's a very cool thing, you know, to be able to reach you all. We're going to continue now with another autumn tune, and we have to do Autumn Leaves. So it's just a commonplace, but I'll play around with that for you for a minute here, and hope you enjoy. Okay, here we go. There you have it. There was Autumn Leaves, a little bit of Autumn Leaves in there, and we have the thing right here. I'm looking at this next tune. I'm kind of going off topic here. I'm kind of on a roll here, and I wanted to, yeah, let's see. Okay, I'm going to do one more tune. This is a tribute. I wasn't going to do it, but I've been thinking about him a lot. It's the great Keith Jarrett. This goes back, and many of you might have already seen this in the news, that he had a couple of strokes, and world-class idol of mine, absolute, just adore his playing, and absolute just genius, classically trained, you know, and jazz, everything, and he's done it all. Played with Miles Davis. He's just an icon, and he had taken a break back a few years ago, and he came back and he did that ballad album. It's one of my favorite ballad albums of all time. That's Keith Jarrett. But most recently, he just announced that he is going to be not playing because he can't play with his he can't play with his left hand, and right now, and he'll be lucky to be able to hold a cup of coffee. And for him to even say in a review that he doesn't even feel like a pianist, it's such my heart breaks for him, you know. So I know that he's just got just a huge presence in every great pianist and not so great pianist. He's just an icon, you know, and he'll always be. His music will live on forever. And this is a song that I played back. It was in the 70s. I was just going to Berkeley, 75, 74. I think, you know, who turned me on to it was the great Jimmy Odgren, great alto player in Boston. I was studying with Dick. I was really young. I might have been 16, 17 years old. I was studying at Berkeley College privately. And Dick Odgren and Jimmy turned me on to this tune. It's called Memories of Tomorrow. And again, I'm going to put this out there, and just a mere tribute to just this wonderful, marvelous musician. And you know, he's a legacy, and from what I understand, he's got a lot of recordings out there that have never been released. He's got hundreds of albums that he's been on and featured, but I guess there's you know, his music will live on forever, you know. And and we pray for him that, you know, he regains some kind of a coherence in his left hand where he can, you know, still enjoy the instrument that he's became a master at. So anyway, don't want to end it on a sad note, but it's like, you know, it's kind of like everyone has these things going on in their life right now with this COVID thing and all, and then you see something like this and like, wow, man, here's someone that just eats and breathes, it's his being, is his piano. And to now not even be able to use your left hand, you know, it's really mind-blowing. It's just absolutely, you know, you really count your blessings for what you have, you know, and take every day. Let's see, so Memories of Tomorrow. Here we go, check it out. Memories of Tomorrow, Keith Jarrett. And he has so much music, you know, in him. And if you get a chance, it's The Melody in the Night with You, I think it's called. It's his ballad CD. It's just marvelous. And I use his, you know, his stuff when I teach. I get into a lot of this inner movement thing when I teach, and I show my students all that stuff. So it's really kind of a nice thing. So let's see, a couple of things. Before I'm going to set my screen up here for see who's in here. I want to say hi to Lori Simpson. Lori's all the way from the East Coast. Another diehard student that's just an absolute joy to have on the program, studying with me. And I see, thank you, Jim, Susan. It's Lee Hayton. Oh my God, this is just such a great thing. You know, again, Albert, thank you for coming in. You know, these are all, you know, just music lovers. You know, and I want to thank everyone you know, that came out and made this happen. I'm not sure when the next one will be. It'll likely be the end of next month. I'm not quite sure with Thanksgiving being in there, but I'll surely be announcing it. I've had some people have reached out to me and they asked about donations and all that. You know, it's really not necessary. It's really, I do this as a passion and putting it out there. This thing has gone surely longer than we all had thought. So it's kind of like, that's why I'm not quite able to, I have to get on with my job and keep working. But this is, you know, there's a element of work that goes in with this. But I did put, for those that are interested in making a donation, again, it's not necessary, but it's, I have it on the description, ways to contribute to the cause. It's really, it's almost an awkward situation because it's really, you know, this all started as just one kind of way of just getting out there and just coming together, and now it's to the point where we got this is going to be a way for our work, you know. So I am more than happy to share what I do with you all, and I'll continue to do so. And again, so I'm going to leave you with a very special tune. It's my closer, and it's called Forever April. And I wrote this, and it really is a very, very special tune. And I hope you enjoy. This is Forever April, and I want to wish everyone a really safe and healthy weeks ahead, and let's pray for some positive things that lay ahead for us, and hope for better things ahead tomorrow. Okay, so stay well. God bless. Okay.